In this video, I'm going to solve this question. Our research on crop yields suggests that daily rainfall in parts of India appears to be normally distributed with a mean of 2.2 inches during the rainy season. The standard deviation was determined to be 0.8 inches, and then there are two parts that we have in this question. The first part is, what is the probability that it will rain more than 3.3 inches on any one day during the rainy season? So let's understand step by step what is it that we are given over here. So let's define a random variable x, which is going to denote the daily rainfall during the rainy season. Okay, so x is denoting the daily rainfall during the rainy season. It's given over here that this daily rainfall, which we are calling x now, this is normally distributed with a mean of 2.2 inches and a standard deviation of 0.8 inches. That means mu, which is the mean of this x random variable, is equal to 2.2 and the standard deviation is equal to 0.8. So the sigma stands for standard deviation and this mu is for mean. We have to find the probability that it will rain more than 3.3 inches on any one day during the rainy season. That means we have to find the probability that the random variable x is greater than 3.3. Graphically speaking, this is what we have to find. So this is the graph for the x variable. This is a normal distribution. The mean for x is 2.2. So over here, I have written 2.2. 3.3 will lie somewhere to the right of 2.2. So let's say 3.3 is over here. So we have to figure out this. Okay, we have to figure out this area, right? So how are we going to figure out this area? Well, we know that x is normally distributed. So we are going to convert this into a standard normal distribution. And then we are going to use the z table to figure out the relevant probability. So let's see how can we do that. So our target is to figure out the probability that x is greater than 3.3. And the way z is defined, it is this. So z is your standard normal random variable. It is equal to x minus the mean value divided by the standard deviation. So in this particular case, the mean value is equal to 2.2 and the standard deviation is equal to 0.8. So that means in this particular case, z is going to be equal to x minus 2.2 divided by 0.8. Okay. Now let's try to convert this into the form of z. So right now this is our problem statement that we have to find this probability. Now we are going to try to convert this into a problem statement related to the z variable. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to subtract 2.2 from both the sides. So we are starting with this and now I'm subtracting 2.2 from both the sides. After that, I'm dividing both of these sides by 0.8. So nothing is going to change. I subtracted 2.2 from both the sides and then I divided both the sides by 0.8. So finding this probability is equivalent to finding this probability, and then finding this probability is equivalent to finding this probability. Now the way we have defined z, this thing that you see over here, this is actually z, right? So now let's see how can we write this further. So further we can write this as this. Okay, so instead of this, I can write z because this is how z is defined. So that means this probability is now equivalent to finding the probability that z is greater than this particular value. And this particular value is 1.375. So our problem statement was that we have to find the probability that x is greater than 3.3. So our problem statement to start with was written in the form of a normal random variable, that is x. And then we converted this problem statement in the form of standard normal random variable. So now our problem statement boils down to finding the probability that z is greater than 1.375. And now this is going to be a straightforward task. We can just use the z table to figure out this probability. So you can use whatever z table you are given and whatever z table you feel comfortable with. But if you want to visualize the standard normal distribution, then the standard normal distribution looks like this. So we have 0 over here. This is for z. Okay. So we have 0 over here and then we have to figure out the probability that z is greater than 1.375. 1.375 will be somewhere over here. That means we have to figure out this. Okay. So let me take you through the steps that I followed to figure out this probability. Okay. So we have to figure out the probability that z is greater than 1.375, which can be written as this. So the probability that z is greater than 1.375 can be written as 1 minus the probability that z is less than equal to 1.375. right? Now, if you take a look at the cumulative table, you will see these two values in the cumulative table. You will see that the probability that z is less than equal to 1.37 is this, and the probability that z is less than equal to 1.38 is this. Now, we have to figure out the probability that z is less than equal to 1.375. Now, 1.375 is lying in between these two. So let me try to provide you some visualization over here. We have 1.37 and we have 1.38. Okay, now the probability that z is less than equal to 1.37, this is equal to 0.9147, and the probability that z is less than equal to 1.38, this is equal to 0.9162. We need to find the probability that z is less than equal to 1.375. okay, over here, this one. So 1.375 will be somewhere over here in the middle, right? That means the probability that z is less than equal to 1.375, this will also be in the middle of these two values. Okay, so 1.375 is the average of 1.37 and 1.38. Similarly, the probability that z is less than equal to 1.375, this is going to be the average of these two probability numbers. Okay, so this is what I have written over here, that as 1.375 is the average of 1.37 and 1.38, we can find the cumulative probability corresponding to this by taking the average of these two probability numbers. So that means the probability that z is less than equal to 1.375, if you take the average of these two numbers, this comes out to be 0.9154, and then once you have this value, you can just put this value over here. Okay, so the probability that we are interested is this one, right? So this is equal to 1 minus the probability that z is less than equal to 1.375, which is equal to 0.9154. So this is equal to 1 minus 0.9154, and your final answer is going to be 0.0846. Okay, so the probability that x is greater than 3.3, this is equal to the probability that z is greater than 1.375, and this is equal to 0.0846. Okay, so that was the answer to the first part of this question. We have one more part in this question, so let's take a look at that as well. So the second part of this question is, how much rainfall must occur to exceed 10% of the daily precipitation? Now see, the main thing in this question is to understand the language and what is being asked. Basically, if I show you the visualization, then this is what they are asking. Okay, so let me explain you this figure that I have drawn over here. So this is the distribution of x. Okay, so this is the distribution of x, which is denoting your daily rainfall. Okay, they are saying how much rainfall must occur to exceed 10% of the daily precipitation. So the smallest 10% is going to be over here, right, on the left hand side, because the numbers increase in this manner, right? So the smallest 10% is over here. So that means they are asking us what is this value of a. Okay, because below a we have 10% of the daily precipitation, and above a we have 90% of the daily precipitation. So they are asking you what is the value of this a. Okay, so the above graph shows the distribution of x. Graphically speaking, we have to find the value of a. A exceeds 10% of the daily precipitation. The way a is defined, the probability that x is less than a is equal to 0.10, and now our task is to figure out the value of a. So let's see how can we figure out the value of a in this particular case. So to figure out the value of a, we are going to follow these steps. So once again, we are going to convert our problem statement from x to z, and then we are going to take the help of z tables to figure out some numbers which will help us in the calculation of this a value. Okay, so the way a is defined, the probability that x is less than a is equal to 0.10. Okay, so this is something that we already know because this is how a is defined. So now this left hand side can be written as this. Okay, so basically I just subtracted 2.2 from both the sides. So the probability that x is less than a, this can also be written as the probability that x minus 2.2 is less than a minus 2.2. Now I'm going to divide both of these by 0.8. So now from here we are going here. Okay, now this becomes z. This is something that we also discussed in the first part, that this is how z is defined. So this becomes z. So that means the probability that z is less than this is equal to 0.10. So we started from this information, the probability that x is less than a is equal to 0.10. And from here, we are now getting over here. That probability that z is less than a minus 2.2 divided by 0.8 is equal to 0.10. Now to solve this expression, we have to find that value of z such that the probability to the left of that value is 0.10. So let me explain you this, and let me also show you the figure. So see, think of it in this manner. that what is this equation telling us? Okay, this equation over here, I hope you're able to see this properly. This equation is saying that probability that z is less than this value is equal to 0.10. If I'm able to figure out what is this value, then I will be able to figure out the value of a. Okay, now to figure out this value, we can take the help of cumulative tables that we have for z. So basically from the cumulative table of z, we can figure out that what is that value of z below which we have 10% of the area. Okay, so basically if I have to talk in terms of the graph of the standard normal variable z, then this is the information that we get from the z table. So if you take a look at the z table, you will see that the probability that z is less than minus 1.28 is equal to the probability that z is greater than 1.28, and these are equal to 0.1003. Now we are given this. Okay, so this is what we are given. This was something that was shown on the last page, and this is something that we get from the table. So this is the information that we get from the z table. Okay, and this is the equation that we got from the question. Okay, now all you have to do is that you have to try to compare these two. Okay, in fact, for now you can let this go, this one. Okay, I just wrote this for your better understanding, but take a look at this equation and take a look at this equation. What do you infer from this equation? Basically, in this first equation, on the right hand side, you have 0.1003 and over here you have 0.10, but the difference is not that much, right? So it's fine, we can work with this. So if you try to compare these two equations, this would imply that this thing is actually equal to this thing, right? Because the probability that z is less than 1.28 is approximately 0.10, and in the second equation we have written the probability that z is less than this number is equal to 0.10. If you compare these two equations, we can infer that a minus 2.2 divided by 0.8, this should be equal to minus 1.28. Okay, this may not be exactly equal to minus 1.28 because over here we have a slightly different number, but it's going to be a close approximation, so we can still write an equal to sign. Okay, and now all we have to do is solve for the value of a, right? So see, that's what I have done over here, comparing these equations. So comparing these two equations, just try to compare these two equations. You get this is equal to this, and from here you can figure out the value of a. Okay, so over here you have this equation. All you have to do is solve for the value of a, and once you solve for the value of a, you will get that a is equal to 1.176 inches. So that means if I go to the graph, this one, so a is equal to 1.176, and this is what they were asking us in the question, that how much rainfall must occur to exceed 10% of the daily precipitation. So the answer is 1.176 inches. Okay, that's the value of a that we got over here. So that's it for this video.